Hey, you guys, this is Tamiya Robles. I am a credit repair specialist expert. I am the owner of FixMyCreditNow850.com, host of my podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. Welcome. Now, I have been doing videos a little bit more regarding identity theft, and it's pretty important because it's negatively impacting your credit. Obviously, some people are coming to me wanting me to fix their credit, and when we have our consultation and I'm going over your credit report, I'm asking about certain accounts, and some accounts you guys are like, I have no idea who that is. And not even off the strength that they're collection agencies. Of course, naturally, you probably don't know who these collection agencies are, but just the overall accounts, you don't know who they are. My past couple of brand new clients, uh, they actually have something very similar. And what they have in common is the fact that they have accounts that are destroying their credit and they've never heard of this company before. The company keeps adding debt every single month to the account and they've never heard of them. So that is technically fraud. So we're just going to go over how to protect yourself from, potential identity theft and unapproved authorizations. Now, in order for us to really get down and dirty with that, I need you guys to understand what the difference is between a fraud alert and freezing your credit report. So I'm going to minimize myself so I can blow up the screen, and we're going to go straight to the horse's mouth. We're going to go to the Experian website, and you can see here they have an article and it literally says what is the difference between a fraud alert and a credit freeze. I'm not going to read this whole article to you word for word because a lot of the stuff that is on in this article, I'm going to discuss it with you either way. But I just wanted you guys to understand exactly what the difference of the two was. So here it gives you a little summary. It says a fraud alert on your credit report requires creditors to verify your identity before processing credit applications, while a credit freeze blocks access to your credit report altogether. So it goes a little deeper into it. So, what's fraud alert? The type of fraud alert most often discussed is an alternative to a credit freeze. It is an extended fraud alert or fraud victim statement identified for victims of credit fraud or identity theft. An extended fraud alert will stay on a credit report for 7 years unless you have it removed sooner. When adding one to your credit report, you must provide a copy of a police report or other valid identity theft report submitted to law enforcement. So if you feel as though you've been part of identity theft, then you do want to make a police report. I'm actually going to show you my credit report so you can see there's a fraud alert on my credit report. I promise you, I didn't put one on there, so we're going to go into that. So they're saying here an extended fraud alert attaches a notice to your credit report that indicates you are a fraud victim. It asks any businesses seeking your credit report to contact you to confirm your identity before granting credit in your name. This can include, but it's not limited to, people keep in mind, credit issuers, landlords, potential employers, car insurance, car rental agencies, and I would love to throw in there mortgage agents, real estate agents, not real estate agents, mortgage, right? Mortgage brokers. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of my clients are trying to fix their credit so that they can purchase a home. And when I fix their credit, the lenders are usually like, listen, I need you to release the freeze or the fraud alert so we can check their credit to see if they're pre approved. All right. So it says you can place a temporary fraud alert or initial security freeze. We'll go into all of this. Now, it explains to you how to set it up. We'll go into that. I'm actually going to give you a visual. Now it's talking about what is a credit freeze. So, a credit freeze or security freeze is a more severe measure for protecting your credit file. Unlike a fraud alert, a security freeze prohibits potential new creditors and others permitted by law to review your credit file or obtain your credit scores from accessing your credit history unless you first lift the freeze. There's not much reason to put both a freeze and a fraud alert in place. I do agree with that. But if you did, no one would ever see the fraud alert until you removed it from the credit until you remove the credit freeze. Access to your credit file is required for the fraud alert to be visible, and then explains to you how to remove the freeze. So that is the definition. That's what it's about. That's what it looks like. And now I actually want to show you guys my personal credit report. You're not going to see the report per se, but you're going to see that there was an alert on there and how to go about putting a freeze on your credit report. And this is just with Experian. So let me share that with y'all. And boom. All right, so this is mine. Now here is, it says it has some of my old information. I'm not worried about y'all seeing it because truth be told, you can Google me and find my information. So here you see it says personal statements right here. This is the year I was born. This is my former address. But it says here, and this is what it looks like: identity security alert. Fraudulent applications may be submitted in my name, or identity may have been used without my consent to fraudulently obtain goods or services. Do not extend credit without first verifying the identity of applicant. I can be reached at, and this is my personal number. Again, I don't care that you guys have my personal number because you guys have it anyway. So it's tied into my business either way. This security alert will be maintained for 1 year beginning 5/16/23. So this is actually a fraud alert. I do not recall putting a fraud alert on my credit report. I don't think anybody like went into my shit and was like, let me illegally protect her credit. No, I do a lot with my credit. I test things with my credit. Um, I use myself as a guinea pig, so I probably did something like that. But if you, without remembering, by the way, but if you choose to put a fraud alert on your credit report, that's what it looks like. That's the statement that's going to show up on the credit bureau that you filed with. Be sure to do it for all three credit bureaus, not just one. So here, Experian has their own thing where you could do what's called an Experian credit lock. So let's go look at that real fast. I don't approve or deny of this. It's whatever you feel comfortable. I think just doing a freeze is more than enough, or a fraud alert is more than enough. I don't feel you need to pay or upgrade your free service with Experian to do that. But if you feel super, super inclined to do so, it's your life, it's your world. Do what's best for you. But this is what they have to offer: is a safeguard against identity theft. Lock your Experian credit file to block unauthorized credit activities, and you can do that yourself either way for free. Access inquiry alerts, receive real-time notification. You can get that anyway. I'm gonna show you in a minute how to do that. And protection on your schedule. Unlock your file when you're ready to do it. You can do that anyway. So like, you don't have to do this and upgrade, but do your thing. I understand that they're a business and they need money. So print your report, file a dispute, so on and so forth. That's not it. Okay, so this is how you freeze it on Experian. They made a lot of changes, and I was like, well, where is it? So if you see a blip in the video, I did edit that part because I had to figure out where it was. They moved it around. So what you want to do? Let me share my screen now with you guys, so you can see where I'm at. All right, so again, this is still my credit report, but you want to go to the help center, and it's really simple. You just scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll see help center. When you get to the help center, these are all the things that you can do with your credit report, but what you want to do is click on manage security freeze. So here it says that my file is unfrozen. It says your file is unfrozen. To protect file is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, what was I reading? An unfrozen file is open to inquiries, which could leave you vulnerable to fraud and identity theft. All you have to do is click the button. That's pretty much it. Credit file is successfully frozen. Thaw, like schedule a thaw. What that means is if you want to temporarily lift the freeze, you can do that. So schedule a thaw, temporarily unfreeze your Experian credit file so you can apply for credit. Applying for credit, blah, blah, blah. So you click on apply thaw. Thaw starts at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time and ends at 11:59. And then you just put in the date of when you want to unfreeze your credit report. Okay. I like to keep mine frozen. I like to play around with the freaking credit bureaus have them guessing. Like I said, I'm always messing around my credit on purpose, just testing to see what envelope I can push. And then these are some frequently asked questions. What is a freeze? Why should I set up my freeze? All this in case you have any additional questions. Okay. So now we're going to skip over to Smart Credit. So as you guys know, I am partnered with Smart Credit. I have been interviewed by Smart Credit. Smart Credit is identity theft. If you're familiar with identity theft, there are identity thefts. Um, Probably, I want to say their top competitor. Both companies are pretty big in the game. I personally do not care for um, identity theft IQ like that. It's just I've been with Smart Credit since day one, so they're my day ones, and I'm just not. I just don't like the aesthetic of it, and it's just like confusing me. I'm not confused, but it's just like I don't like the way it looks personally. So, anyway, I am now going to show you how you can actually monitor your credit while I'm fixing your credit, by the way, right? So, and how you can actually protect yourself. So, let me again, I'm trying not to show you all of my business. So, when you go on a smart credit, you want to go on you'll instantly go to the main page. My link to Smart Credit is in the description, so definitely check it out. Let me see. So you go to the top left, you'll see the little menu icon with those lines. You click that, scroll down to alert. So you definitely want to do. It has fraud, insurance, and privacy and alert. So you want to do alerts, and this is what I will share with you. So now we're at alert. So this was that little menu icon that I was talking about on the top right corner. So here it says view credit monitoring money manager membership. You want to be notified of anything that is on your credit report. You want to get alerted by things. So this is how you could do it through smart credit. This is one of the ways. Go under credit monitoring and you just want to give some sort of direction. But here it says alert settings right here. So these are like negatives that were on my credit report at some point, and it's all under credit monitoring. And then what you want to do is go up to alert settings. Now you see this beautiful colorful page and it says notify me. So notify me. We want you to get a better deal. We encourage your patience before applying, blah, 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 blah. So you could just like activate this and they'll notify you of any sort of anything going on with your credit report. And I think this is super important because for one, my clients are signing up. Y'all are signing up with me. I'm fixing your credit. And I always tell you, there's really not much to do after I fix your credit. We just have to sit back and wait. However, what if things are going on? What if you're getting inquiries? Sometimes when you find unapproved inquiries, if you're getting accounts that you weren't aware of, you want to prevent that from happening. You want to get notified. A lot of times when you're getting your credit repaired, it's like all these bells and whistles go off in the financial world and they're all communicating to each other like, oh, this person's fixing their credit, like, so you want to be notified like who's doing what. So I would definitely hit activate. Now this is my phone number. As you know, this is public information. This is also my business number, one of my business numbers. So I don't care if you guys have this number, but you can link the notification to your phone. Okay, definitely link the notification, so if anything's happening, you get notified on your phone. We're all on our phone at this point. Money manager, receive alerts from transactions exceeding your specified. So this definitely go on this part of smart credit. If you're paying for this, yes, I need to use it to fix your credit, but you need to be alerted because if there's any sort of fraudulent activity, you are fully informed and you can take fast action against it. Okay. So utilize this as well. A lot of my clients don't, but it's totally okay. I thought you could do a security freeze on here, some sort of alert. It doesn't quite look like you can. Let's look at fraud insurance. Yeah, no, but yeah, so this privacy master, believe it or not, I think all bureaus have access to this, so Smart Credit does too. But I just wanted to show you that as well. Now we're going to jump right into fraud report fraud.ftc now.gov. Now, what I wanted, I've talked to you guys before about this. File a FTC complaint if you also feel like you have had your identity stolen and it's affecting your credit. So we're going to go straight over here. I've shared this with you guys before. Just be familiar with this. The site is not difficult to use. It should not be confusing. And over the years they've changed this up and it's very consumer friendly now as opposed to then. So what you want to do is you want to go to report fraud.ftc.gov. If you forgot and you're like, oh my god, what's the link again, just type in like FTC, and it will take you straight to this site, or it'll at least take you to identitytheft.gov, and you can navigate through fraud, theft, or do not call.gov. You can see it's clear as day. You can hover over it and it will change. Now, with fraud, what you want to do, you can, if you know who did it or what company did a fraudulent action against your credit, you can just report them here, right? You can, and then let's say it's an impersonator. Let's say that you click on it. Who are they pretending to be? And then when you click on it, it will point you in the right direction. Either you stay on the site or it will send you over to the CFPB. And then you just fill out this information and then submit your complaint. Okay. Now, fraud. So some stuff the FTC does not handle, and it will redirect you to the correct government agency if it doesn't handle this. Now let's do credit, debt, loan, since this is a credit channel. See here how it's saying it will redirect you. So if you think a credit repair or debt relief issue is a problem, you would click here, continue, and then you report the fraud here. Another thing you can do, company charging fees to get a loan for a credit card. You click that, continue, and that stays within the FTC. But if you do debt collection, credit card, credit reporting, or banking, you click that and it tells you it's going to redirect you. Okay. So if that's not the case, then be sure to pick the right option. So this is an additional way you can actually report your fraud. I personally would do that if you legitimately have a fraudulent case. Okay, if you feel that a fraud case, if you feel that somebody stole your identity, and I'm also hearing a lot of my clients tell me it's family that has been taking advantage of y'all. So all the more reason, file that police report, extra layer protection, file FTC complaint, extra layer support, freeze up your credit report, do everything you need to do. Now, here's the identity theft part of it, right? So now we're at identitytheft.gov, get started. Again, they made it easier. It's on the eyes. It's an easy website. So you can put, I want to report identity theft. Someone has information or tried to use it, and I'm worried about my identity. My information was exposed in a data breach, something else. Now, again, be careful clicking on something else because it may potentially redirect you somewhere else. But it looks like, they're either giving you more information or sending you to a site within their site. So let's just click on something else. I want to report identity theft, and you on what? So credit cards, loans, leases, debt checking, employment or taxes, so on and so forth, right? So this is super important, super important. So let's say this part, see where it takes you. And I think you just have to put in the information. Okay, and I'm just randomly clicking just so we can get to the next screen. So based off of what I said, it said we're going to ask for specific details. We will use the information to provide or create your FTC identity report or recovery plan and what to do. So it's you're reporting the fraud, you're reporting the identity theft, and they're giving you a plan. And I super appreciate that. Now, a little side note, what you can do, especially for my DIYers, once you file an FTC complaint, you are going to get the complaint. You can download it. I don't remember if they email it to you. I'm not clear. But with this report, this is what it looks like. Love this report, right? Low key, take this report and use it in your dispute letters. Okay. So, what I would personally do if you have identity theft and it has negatively impacted your credit report and your credit score, and you can't gain credit because of it, then do this and then dispute it with the credit bureaus and file a CFPB complaint. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. If that's for the DIYers, for those that are non DIYers, don't you worry. I got y'all. All right. Now, again, I did not want to make this like a extra long, crazy video because it's not that hard to file a complaint. It's very simple. You don't have to go through the extent that I just did. I'm just giving you options, especially if you're a DIYer. If you have paid us to fix your credit, don't worry. This has already been done for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Among other things. But for sure, at least take that easy route and just put a freeze on it. You don't have to do the whole fraud thing. The only thing I have against the fraud alert is that if you're getting your credit repaired for a purpose, like I'm going to buy a house soon, I'm going to buy a car, I need some credit cards or whatever, whatever. What I would recommend is not the fraud per se because of the 7 years. And yes, you can lift it, but historically, it just takes a while. I keep sliding y'all. It was slide back, but it takes a while sometimes for y'all for them to remove or lift the fraud alert. With the credit freeze, as you can see on my Experian, it was just a flick of a button. And if you go to all credit bureaus, all three credit bureaus, it's the same thing. Just sign up with Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Even if you have a platform where it does it for you that you're paying for, I know you guys have all different things like myfico.com. I love that site. It's totally worth the money. You can do a security freeze, if I'm not mistaken, that way. Just a simple button. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All three credit bureaus. But fraud alert, it's serious. But like they say, you don't need to do both. Hopefully this helped y'all. I really, really hope it helped y'all. It's really important, especially if you're trying to make sure your credit is together and protect it. Protect your credit before, during, and after credit repair is very important. So I am going to let y'all go. We got more videos to do for y'all. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for you guys as far as following me. And I hate to sound nerdy and boring, but I'm just giving y'all information because a lot of this shit can be prevented before you even come to me. All right. And then it helps the credit repair process. It helps us help you. So help yourself sometimes. Okay. At least be informed. If you don't do anything else, be informed. All right. Now, I am going to let y'all go. I wish you guys the best of luck on your